Hello and welcome back to another episode of Generation Ochi. My name is American Ben. Okay, so as of right now, when I'm shooting this video, our first video on One Punch Man has not been published yet. So if you check our channel page and it's there, that means everything is fine. If it's not there, then that probably means I'm dead. And I don't want to tell you to suspect Congo of the crime. I mean, I'm not going to say that he's capable of homicide, but he has murdered people. Anyway, given I'm alive, we did a more general breakdown of Saitama and One Punch Man already, so if you haven't seen it, please check that out as well. Oh, and by the way, that video did get delayed because of a damn virus I got on my computer. So get this, my antivirus program caught the virus, but after it deleted all of my files, so that didn't work out too well. Also, I hate Windows, but I'm still not going to switch to Mac. I don't know, I don't get me sometimes. Anyway, if you saw that first One Punch Man video, then you know I consider Saitama a very important character to modern anime. He's different. But in today's video, I want to dig deeper into some specific aspects of his philosophy. Now, I'll be honest with you. As of this video, I've only seen the first season of the show, so yes, I'm not speaking from a position of expertise on One Punch Man or Saitama, and I'm happy to be corrected, challenged, or aided with additional information in the comments below.
I hate you, die!
Anyway, if I were to analyze Saitama based on the vast majority of his actions, I might declare that he's a bit of an oblivious goofball of dim mind who only serves to undermine the classic anime hero archetype. And there's truth to the fact that he's built to break idols. One Punch Man is the most iconoclastic anime I've ever seen. However, there's a few moments in the first season that reveal to us that there's actually a bit more going on inside that hairless globular dome that sits atop this enigmatic anti-hero. Or is he an anti-hero? I don't know, discuss. The most significant moment of the show so far to me, and I'm sure many of you will concur, comes following the fight with Deep Sea King. This battle features various members of the Hero Association assembling to take out this powerful aquatic villain. However, the heroes are demolished by the leader of the Sea Folk, and to make matters worse, they're massacred right in public view, eliciting audible gasps from onlookers as they watch the protectors of humanity fail to overcome this vicious enemy. All hail Moomin Rider, by the way. Never before has a man more deserved a moment of silence, many moments of silence actually, for all of his valiant but unsuccessful efforts to keep the Earth safe. Anyway, of course, eventually Saitama shows up, bored as ever, and dispatches Deep Sea King with a single strike. However, what starts out as relief and joy among the lay spectators in response to Saitama's triumph quickly turns to despair, as they begin to doubt the strength of Deep Sea King, as he had been felled by a measly Class C hero. And following this train of thought, eventually the people begin to conclude that the heroes who are now lying prostrate and injured on the street must be the weakest of all, given they failed where a C-Class succeeded. Saitama hears the citizens' faith in their heroes begin to wane, and so what does he do? He absolves himself of credit for the victory and explains that he only beat Deep Sea King because the other heroes had worn the monster down first. Ah yes, an overtly noble and selfless action on the part of Saitama. However, if you've been paying attention up to this point in the series, then this moment should cause some conflict in your mind. Why? Well, Saitama repeatedly proclaims his desire to be known as a hero among the people and to gain renown for his epic deeds. He even has bouts with confusion when his triumphs over hell beasts don't lead to any personal gain in public affection. The very reason Saitama joins the Hero Association in the first place is to be afforded the reputation of a hero among the masses. That said, Saitama is so mysterious and so idiosyncratic, it's hard to ever tell what he really wants, and despite his zany statements averring his desire to earn hero status, his ambitions never turn to lust. I'm not even really that sure he ever displays a true yearning for name recognition. It more just seems like his quest to gain renown is just another manifestation of his boredom and/or weirdness. But shall we still say that to some degree he does want to stand side by side with the greatest heroes among humanity? Or does he? I mean, he rather unenthusiastically decides to move up from C-Class to B-Class. It's almost as if he struggles to even maintain his passion for the whole climbing the hero ladder thing. In any case, it's completely fair for him to desire credit for his heroic acts. After all, he is Earth's greatest hero, and without him, humans might cease to exist. I can understand how he would find it unfair that he's not labeled a hero despite doing all the work, and perhaps this very human line of thinking plays into his psyche and leads to anger and frustration. How can the world be such an unfair place, so unjust? Society rewards weaker, more cowardly people, lifts such beings up as heroes while holding him down and giving him no credit despite all of his selfless efforts put forth for the sake of Earth. Logic dictates that Saitama should feel bitter. And someone who is seemingly as void of insight and deep thought as he is would likely be given to his emotions and develop animosity towards those who have been honored with the titles he deserves. And yet, in the heat of a few different moments of the show, he lets slip a different side of his personality. He reveals his awareness, and like a zany wizard who feigns naivety, he suddenly grows wise. For instance, following his battle with Boros, he tells the alien warrior,
やっぱ強えよ、お前。
I know that this might seem like just a meaningless action, but to me it's as if Saitama here shows us he's awake and aware. He understands the implications of Boros being able to put up a bit more of a fight than other enemies Saitama had come across of recent, and he acknowledges Boros' power as if to say, I understand you. But back to Saitama's triumph over Deep Sea King. Despite whatever behaviors his human emotions might produce, in grave moments when his actions could have lasting impacts on the fate of mankind, Saitama acts wise and lets go of his personal attachments and desires. His bald head is almost fitting in this way, as his conduct reflects that of an enlightened monk, which truly is probably the best way to describe Saitama. Again, he is given to the same capriciousness and emotions that all humans are, a fact that is revealed in his conversations with Genos in the seclusion of his apartment. But when he goes out into the world and must make decisions about how he wants to affect the world around him and the people in it, he chooses humility, selflessness, and even goodness despite whatever injustice or internal despair he might be troubled with in the course of his everyday life. And that, more than anything else really, is the best way to fight back against the worst aspects of reality that human nature and nature in general produce, to reject bitterness and personal fortune in favor of the betterment of mankind. No matter what Saitama does, no matter the valiance of his actions, he never gets any credit. He never earns the praise he's due. The world, or possibly some higher force, seems to very much want to screw Saitama over, and yet he remains gracious and free of envy or vitriol. This is why he's special, not because of his power. Okay, partly because of his power. But also because he's not a celebrated hero. He's an unjustly ignored hero, and yet he has no outward bitterness to show for it. And that is a trait that is becoming more and more rare in this world suffered of ubiquitous evils. He doesn't let the dark side of the world get to him, mold him into someone he doesn't want to be. He looks instead to the larger course of events and sees himself as rather small in them, and instead finds happiness where it is always found, in the present, in simple affairs, in food, or going to the supermarket to buy food for eating. Anyways, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of Saitama as a character, and add things about his philosophy that I didn't mention in this video. Remember to subscribe to this channel, please. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. For now, my name is American Ben, Generation Ochi. Peace.